We don't have as many numbers as we did last year. I think we've got right at 35 guys, 10th through 12th grade, which isn't bad. I think last year we were more like 43 or 44, so we're down a little bit. But I like this group a lot. It's a fun group to be around. They enjoy working hard. We've had a really good summer, and we'll probably be a lot different than we were last year. We'll be more dominant from the skill positions this year. Last year we were really dominant up front with good skill players. And this year it's a little bit flip-flop, where our linemen have good ability, lack experience, but good ability, and then we should be pretty dominant from a skill position.
We did speak about it a few weeks ago about the loss of Jetta Hase and the spring and summer that he's gone through just emotionally, and just when you got the call that he was coming back, talk about just the whole feeling surrounding that.
Yeah, it was a huge boost, and I was really happy for Jetta Hase because he really enjoyed being here at Metrolina. So it was a huge boost of morale for our coaching staff. But at the same time, these kids love Jetta Hase, and he loves being here. And I think it was just a real big uplifting spirit for our whole team. It was really losing Jetta Hase. He's got his offers for playing on the offensive side of the ball, but losing him was really going to hurt us in the secondary more than anywhere, because we've got a lot of guys that can play receiver. But playing corner, we didn't have a ton of guys that can do that. So it was a huge boost for our secondary, really, in our defense when he came back. But yeah, it's just been a joy to have him back.
Let's transition to the secondary first. Obviously the strongest part of your defense coming into this year, but really one of the strongest aspects of your defense last year.
Yeah. They are all just four phenomenal young men, which I love. They love to work hard. They love each other. And they carry a sense of pride with how they work as a secondary group. They're all very athletic. You got probably two guys who are in the 4.5, 40 guys. You got a 4.3 guy, and you got a 4.6 guy. So very athletic, but I think their football IQ and their football sense on the field really helps them excel as a group in understanding the schemes and route combinations and where they're supposed to be. Like you said, last year they played very well, and I think that this year they are positioned to have a very big season for our defense.
In terms of that defensive line, two guys that were unsung last year, not too many people realize the fact that Cam Robinson was, I think, top 5 in sacks, and Dylan Quick was in that second tier of the top 10. How do you replace those two guys that probably had at least 13 to 14 sacks for you?
Yeah, it's tough to replace the quality of production that those two young men had for us. Obviously Cam signed at Wingate, and I think Dylan is planning on walking on at Western. So that's good for those two young men. But they just brought a mentality and a physicality to our front seven it's hard to replicate. And they had the right mindset, and so we're lucky in that we returned 3 of our 4 starting linebackers. A lot of experience there. But up front of the defensive line, we don't return any starters. So we're trying to find those guys, put them into the right pieces where they can help our whole defense just continue to be as dominant as we were last year.
On the offensive side of the ball, spoke to Angel earlier. Again, another kid that is right up there with the top quarterbacks in the county. Few people really know about the qualities that he brings as a signal caller. Talk about how the confidence that you have in him coming in his senior year.
Yeah, well, obviously, I think if you're going to lose a 3-year starter like Miles, you want a guy who has some experience instead of a guy who has 0 experience stepping in, especially as a senior.
And he has a lot of experience.
And luckily, Angel does have a lot of experience. And Miles missed, I think, 6 games his junior year. So Angel started those whole 6 games and played very well. I think we were 5-1 of those games, and our only loss was to Charlotte Christian. And then last year, he started the last 4 games, last 2 regular season games and the 2 playoff games, and played very efficient football. Really had complete command of our offense, and he's really taken another step this offseason, working on his own game, the mental aspect of the game. Been throwing the ball very well, and I've been very pleased with how he has progressed. And I'm looking forward to him having the chance the opportunity to lead. And I think he's got a lot of leadership ability, and I'm excited for him to have that opportunity. But he knows we got another guy right behind him that if he gets complacent, things like that, Ryan throws the ball very well and has a good understanding of what we're doing schematically as well. So he knows he's being pushed. Ryan's had a really good summer, but he knows at the same time, right now he's the guy, and we're just trying to hold him to that level, and he continues to push his teammates so we can keep getting better every day.
Special teams play. Talk about that kicker that you have.
Yeah, so Bryce will be a sophomore. He just got ranked by Cole's Kicking as the #2 punter in his class in the country and the #5 kicker in his class in the country. So, that speaks for itself to the type of talent that he is. As a freshman, he had, I think, 14 or 15 touchbacks. He made a 43-yard field goal. Phenomenal athlete. Long jump 21 feet in track. Ran, I think, 11.5 in the 100 as a freshman. I mean, very good athlete. Just so happens that he is a phenomenal kicker. And he really got better as the year went on last year, and he got used to varsity football, not middle school. And really looking forward to seeing him. He's had a whole year now in our off-season program and just continuing to work on his game and getting bigger and stronger. He is a weapon, and we're very blessed to have him. And more than that, though, he is a phenomenal young man. Will do anything we ask him to do. And he enjoys being a part of our team, and we enjoy him being a part of our team. Our goal is to get back to that championship game. We obviously want to win it this time. But I think realistic expectations for us are to win 7-8 games. I mean, we know our schedule this year is probably the most difficult that it's ever been. So there's going to be some adversity, and our main goal is to get into the playoffs, get to the championship game, and then lay it all on the line from there. And we return a lot of skill guys. In our back 7 on defense, we return 7 out of those 8 guys. So we feel like our defense is going to be good enough. We hope to be a really dominant defense. Up front on offense and defense, we've got 1 starter returning in Andrew Threaton, our left tackle, who's a very good player. But like I said earlier, all of our linemen have good ability. It's just a matter of the experience, the lack of experience they have at the varsity level. A couple of those guys have played here and there and started a couple games, but just as a cohesive unit, how good can they play together? And so in the next 15 days, like you said, man, we're just trying to get as many reps as we can so we can teach from it and correct. And our guys do a great job of giving us a lot of effort, and that's all we ask them for. So committing to excellence in everything we do, that's kind of our motto for the year. They've met that, and just continue to push each other. And hopefully at the end of the year, this year, we'll be raising that trophy up.